Hello everybody, this is Fruitful Trees and I got some fruitful trees happening on right now. It is time for mangoes in bloom, but check that out. That's not a mango, that is jackfruit. And on this tree, I haven't had any fruits off this tree yet. This is a jackfruit tree I put in the ground maybe 3 years ago. And those are male jackfruits, but I think I see a female one coming in. Whenever you see the males, the females are not too far behind, and I believe that one's a female one, but I'm seeing a bunch of these males popping up on several of my jackfruit trees. And this particular one is a Chine jackfruit. I really enjoy and love the jackfruits that are softer. I know a lot of people like the harder, crunchy ones. I like those as well, but I really like the soft ones. So this is a Chine jackfruit, and I think this is the year I'm going to get my first fruits on there. There's a lot of male flowers. I think I counted maybe 10 earlier, and I'm really excited about that. And I see some possible females coming out as well. So that's really great. And I figured I'll show you some of my other trees here. This one is my Boca Champadoc, and I got my first fruit off this one last year. It was down near the base of the tree, and it was delicious. But since it was on the base of the tree, it was on the ground, so half of it wasn't good. But the other half that I had was so delicious, and I actually saved the seeds from that one, and I actually have some of those growing all over it now. I prefer to graft jackfruit when I can, but I had those seeds, and I'll take my chance with them. But this was fabulous. So, and the tree's just looking wonderful. It has enough room to grow. So that's my Boca Champadoc. And when I come here to my black gold jackfruit tree, let me show you my black gold jackfruit tree, because I was checking at it the other day, and that is really something to have a whole bunch of male flowers. There's a bunch on here, as you can see, and they're all over, these male flowers. And this tree is a tree that I'm getting fruit off every year, and have tons of male flowers on here. So I'm anticipating this year I'm going to have a good amount of jackfruit on that tree. Here's one of somebody gave me this one. Actually, this was a graft of a Boca Champadoc that I almost lost, but it's coming along strong, so that's really nice. That's much smaller than the one I have, but so I got at least 2 grafts of them. And as for my own personal other jackfruit trees that I have here, this one's really interesting. So this one here is a really big one, and I think it was a seedling. When I bought it from somebody, they put it in. I didn't know much about grafting and seedlings at that point. But I've told it doesn't make too big of a deal when it comes to jackfruit. But this never got anything, this jackfruit. And somebody I read online, they said if you beat it up and talk mean to it, it thinks you're going to get rid of it, and it starts doing some stuff. So after having this for quite a long time, I put some cuts in here halfway through, and it looks like this year it's doing something. So it looks like it might have a couple of male flowers coming out very shortly. So this is the surprise. I don't know what this is going to be or how this is going to taste. But the one problem I do have is it's really big and it's leaning over into my drain field. And I almost cut it down the other day because I'm concerned about my drain field. But my neighbor, who helps me a lot with these, he said, well, test it out and see how it is. If it's bad, you can get rid of it. But if it's good, he told me how I can make a barrier around the roots from the tree in the drain field to help that. So I'm excited about this tree. I've never gotten anything on it. I read once that somebody had the similar problem. For 6 or 7 years, they never got anything on their jackfruit, and then they beat it up, and then it just was like, just went crazy, and it had so many on there. So, in continuing here, now I made videos how I took out the Excalibur Red, which I partially regret, but we'll see how it is. I made videos about that, but here's another black gold graft that I have. I got this one from Laura Farms down in Homestead, and this one's looking great. So it's jackfruit season for the flowers to come out. Now these won't be ready till the summertime, but this one's looking nice. I don't see flowers, but it's growing really nice, that jackfruit there. And then I'll show you this other one I have here. This is a lemon Bangkok. Lemon Bangkok, nothing on there right now. So, thinking about it, I have, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the ground. And there are some of those seedlings of the Boca Champadac that I put in the ground. We'll see how they do. And so there's 6 in the ground here, and at the other place I have 1 in the ground, and I also have this seedling of a they said a Champadac, but we'll see. And that's in the pot. So I'm gonna just look for a spot to get that in the ground. Now let's go take a look at my neighbor, who's just, his place is rocking with jackfruit. He always has so many. But I have my other neighbor who lets me plant in his place. So let's come here. What I did was I put several on the ground here. And so these are on the newer side. So this one's growing really nice. This is a Champadac seed. It's in the front, but it's opened up a big space. My neighbor asked me to take out a tree, and I put that one in. And then I got a Champadac, or actually a jackfruit from a local place, and I took one of the seeds. I don't know what variety it is. I put it in the ground. It's growing really well, but it's right next to my jujube tree. So eventually I'm gonna, and it's on my neighbor's property, eventually I'm gonna have to make a choice, because they're both not gonna be able to stay. And I don't have room for both anyway, so. And I think I put one back here. Let's check this one. And then after that, we'll go over to my neighbor's yard, and we'll see what's happening with him, because he has a bunch of mature jackfruit trees, and I haven't looked at them in a while. So. This is nice here. These are 2 seedlings. 2 seedlings. And they're looking really nice. So one will stay and one will go. So it's exciting. I love jackfruit. And the season can be long. My neighbor had a bunch, and one was off season this year, I thought, but maybe that's the season, and it was just spectacular. But we're gonna go over there and check that out now. All right, here I am in my neighbor's yard in front of his most amazing Bangkok lemon tree. This tree was loaded last year with so many fruits. It was just amazing. It was a tree that keeps on giving. It was, wow. And I don't see any on here at the moment, but as I come back here, he has his Excalibur red tree, and this is a tree that he had given me a seedling of. It was growing nice, but I ended up getting rid of it because I didn't like any of the fruits on it. And then he tasted one, and I tasted it. It was amazing afterwards. This is the one that fruited late in the season. This winter we had this amazing one. But as you see here, it's already starting to fruit. So there's male fruit on there. And more than one. So that's looking nice. So he has those 2 trees for his jackfruit trees. More than enough for anyone. These trees are loaded, and I can only hope I get that many this year. And then he has this jackfruit tree here. I have to check with him to see how they work, but there's a bunch of male flowers on this tree. And there were some small fruits on here this year that I did not get to check out, but I'm going to check those out as well. I think that's what he has here for jackfruit, these 3. And we like to just share and trade and taste. And jackfruit trees are wonderful, but they do take up a good amount of room. So, but they're certainly worth it. Good summertime food. But now it's the winter time, and we're getting ready. We got mangoes, jackfruit, mamey, and just so many great things. And you know, I'll put a link to all of the other, or I'll put this on a playlist, all the other jackfruit videos that I have. And we're excited because we're just around the corner from some good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to end off in my other property here, and I'm going to end off with these seedlings that I put in the ground. Again, there's 2 seedlings right here next to each other. I think this was the Boca Championat seedlings as well. So we'll see how they do. I got a nice spot here for them, and I'm watering them. And so that's it. Mostly here I got mangoes, but I put this one here. We'll see how it does. And I got that banana behind me. All right, everybody, let me know what your favorite jackfruit is and why, and is it flowering yet? All right, have a great day, everybody, and keep growing.